Welcome to Psychology of the Daf Yomi Pesachim Daf Tzadei Hey. Should one give up a happy family time, such as a Seder night, in order to keep someone company who is alone in a hospital? Is the spiritual sacrifice worth it? Now the Gemara in Amud Aleph states a surprising ruling. Although one may bring a paschal sacrifice by himself if there is no option, the importance of bringing it together with another person even allows another to purposely render himself ritually impure in order to legally allow him to bring the second chance Pesach offering, the Pesach Sheni, along with the other fellow, as Rashi explains over there, Dibor Hamaschel She'ein Shovatin. This is one more remarkable example of the importance of community in the observance of certain mitzvahs. It certainly resonates in our times where some people are forced to observe Sedarim and other rituals in isolation. This might have moral, philosophical implications, such as if one can keep another person company Seder night, even if it would mean missing out on a more spiritual or uplifting experience elsewhere, such as joining an elderly person in a nursing home or a hospital patient on Seder night. Another interesting psychological and halachic discussion that comes out of this case is found in a responsum of the Noda B'Yehuda, Chelik Beis, Even Ezer, Kuf Yud Beis, section Ches. The question was raised, since we rule Ein Shaliach L'Davar Avera, that one cannot appoint a representative to fulfill an obligation if there is a sinful act attached to it, how could it be possible for someone then to slaughter a paschal sacrifice for a single person, or bring the offering which is done by the priests? Since we say Ein Shliach L'Davar Avera, and it is considered improper for one to bring the paschal offering alone, how could the priest fulfill his obligation as representing him in the sacrifice when the act itself is considered forbidden? The Noda B'Yehuda answers in a twofold way. For one, he indicates that something that is preferred is not considered forbidden enough to invalidate a shliach. Secondly, he cleverly points out, since the psychological reason why shlichus for a sinful act is nullified is due to the principle of divrei harav v'divrei hatalmid mishalmin, whom does one listen to, the student or the master? This rhetorical quip implies that the shaliach cannot be bound to the request of his sender because he is obligated to listen to the higher authority of God's commandments. Therefore, in this case, the Noda B'Yehuda argues that since a greater sin will happen if the paschal sacrifice is not offered, i.e. the person will miss out on the entire sacrifice, so the logic of being overridden by Divrei Rav and Divrei Talmud Mishomin does not apply. This is because surely God himself would approve of bringing the sacrifice even in this imperfect way, as opposed to not bringing it at all.